guys, it's another exciting edition of our program. It's Crown Unfiltered, like we used to say, we say it as it is. And you're here chilling with your host, B to the U to the STA Buster. And I'm not just here alone, I'm here with my brother, you know, Joel Amadi in the building. At times I get confused. Person with the beard, Joel, when they be Amadi, you go to ask, are you an Igbo guy? I say, no, but from the northern part of Nigeria, trust me. Amazing guy. Actually look like an Igbo guy though. And a lot of people will ask, if not Igbo guy, where you go from? So that question is for you guys. So right here we have Joel Amadi in the building. What's up, my brother? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah, nice having you, my brother.
Yeah.
Nice having you.
It's good to be around, man.
It's actually been a while. It's actually been a long time. We sat down. But Joel, don't tell who we
Yeah.
when you did that video you shot at satellite. If you can remember
Baby's okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
Baba, baby's okay. Right?
That was sometime. That was in was it 2016?
Yeah, 2016. No,
2017.
It was 2015 late.
Right.
Or 20 or beginning of 2016.
16. Yeah. I think it was the beginning of 2016.
Yeah, that was the first time you and I had this close conversation and all that.
Yeah,
and from that time, just be blood.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. So you're welcome to Crown on
Yeah,
Future.
thanks, man. Thanks.
So quick one, without wasting much of our time, we all know how the Nigerian music industry has, actually made a statement in the world, and a lot of us are beginning to enjoy the benefits in terms of collaborations, the energy, the relationship we've been getting. Like you have been part of the people that have enjoyed that international collaboration, even the recent one, that is buzzing. A lot of people like, I lie, and they go collect voice. They don't understand. They don't understand.
Mhm.
So now tell me, how has this journey been for you? And where are we taking it to this time around? A lot of people have been asking, what's happening? Is Joel not dropping songs? Is he not doing it back to back to back to back? Is there any album coming out? What's in the cooking pot for Joel? A lot of people are asking that, but I think this is the best time, to let them know what Joel is up to.
Yeah, couple of projects coming out, man. But I don't believe in just dishing. You understand?
Yeah,
Anybody if you just enter kitchen, begin boil rice, begin do one or two things,
yeah,
and then the outcome is what really matters. So whether you like it or not, music has, from when I started the game or when I got into the game, you have to keep it 100, inspirational. Won so many awards doing conscious music and inspirational songs and all of that. Yeah, some of these young cats still vibe with the inspirational music, but on a different level this time around. Our music used to be, within a circle before, like people still trying to cut across, but now this is us competing with the American market.
yeah.
So, you have to think beyond how you just see it in your head.
Exactly.
If it has to take with, if it has to take, you, um, having a one-on-one conversation or discussion or planning with people who can take it further for you is allowed. So basically, for me, there are so many things going on. Not just music.
Okay.
I think I've been busy a lot with a couple of things.
Okay.
Some are even political, right?
Mm.
Yeah, so, oh boy, you guys ginger yourself. We don't go just there on this music thing. Then
Yeah.
some boys just they do them like say they do them too. But I mean, what am I trying to say is, coming from my own perspective, I have a direction, I have a picture in my head, I have a plan in my head that I'm still following. I've told myself that once this music thing, comes to stay for me, which of course it did when I started. I mean, from 2010, that I came to Lagos and got signed. Started doing this stuff professionally. Since then, I've told myself that once I have that attention that I need and all that, there are so many things I want to do
Just dive in.
as a person.
Yeah.
So many things that I want to do, and thank God, Um, some of them have started manifesting. And with time, people will see.
Mm.
But trust me, the music thing, is still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but however it comes, you guys just see it that way.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
man.
Okay. Now, like with your answers, a lot of people will be confused right now.
Yeah.
They will say, "Is Joel trying to kind of not doing it back to back for us? Is he trying to focus on some certain, business? Let me put it that way, because a lot of artists right now have the consciousness of, okay, I want to do business aside my music. The music will be coming, but at least we'll get side hustle
Mm-hmm.
just in case, to come as you're supposed to come.
Yeah.
I understand that's part of your own music.
Yeah.
So now, aside that, there's a new song I've been hearing on radio. The Snoop Dogg is on it.
Yeah.
You're on it.
Goya Meno.
Goya Meno and one of the
Honorable.
Honorable.
Yeah.
And that Honorable is like a family.
Yeah, he's on. He was on the remix of Do Good,
Yes, do good.
featuring may his soul rest in peace, late South Sultan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So how did it come about? And will there be any video for that, or just an audio thing? Just to make the whole world know that, all right, we're still doing our thing, because I know Honorable has been on that radio platform, Real Power,
yeah,
as a family,
yeah,
and dropping thing, and you are one of the guys that they will definitely bring in
yeah.
because it's still family. So how did it come? How did they put you on it? Did they just vibes? Okay, let's just pick Joel, or
No, not really. It was intentional.
okay,
DJ Khaled talked about it.
wow,
Yeah, talked about it. It was posted on Honorable's page. Honorable has been like in the game way back. Even when I watched the video where Khalid was applauding him for his contribution
in the industry.
in the industry, and also directly to DJ Khaled. Like,
Okay.
you telling somebody that I'm on way back. I remember when you did this and did that for me and all of that stuff. So it was intentional. The collaboration was, that was how it was planned. That he wanted this and that person, and then there's going to be a video for it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's going to be a video for it. There's going to be a lot of noise surrounding that song, which we are planning.
Okay.
Look, man, take it or leave it. I'm glad to be one of the people who. I'm talking about my time, right? Yeah, because people have been there before, but from the time that we all understood this game in our own level, I'm glad that we're able to start off, because as far as this new generation is concerned, I'm glad that we were able to start off, or we were able to come in, in between, or probably, let me use the word in between. I mean, in terms of Idris Abdulkarim,
Yeah.
Bitu Baba, people who we grew up
Listening
looking up to, listening to, and then
You
along the
continued-
line,
continued from that.
we're privileged to meet with
Meet
these
up
people,
with them.
sit with them, work with them,
Yeah.
have one-on-one
Conversation.
conversation with them, word of wisdom and all of that.
Mm.
And some of these things, a lot of their prophecies
Mm.
are actually manifesting right now.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that it started for me that way.
Yeah.
So it gets me, I think they attack the industry.
Mm.
I was a born musician. Yeah, I'm not just music for me is not something that is just supposed to come and go.
Okay.
We are
That's
all
inside.
musicians in our family.
Mm.
So music is just like the fella
Exactly. Thing.
generation or the fella thing. It's in their family. You don't see Femi Kuti competing or trying to make it look like there's a pressure. Like, the only pressure he has is, do the Femi Kuti thing, do the Sheon Kuti thing, do the Madi Kuti thing. So for me, music is, just do the Joel thing. But I know that whenever I'm ready to drop a music, it has to be in line with, what would speak well for itself. You get me? Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people keep asking, even me sitting here, I don't know. The first time I heard you, or the first time I saw you on TV, a lot of people will be like, because I know it's an old question or an old conversation. A lot of people will be like, hey, this one resembles to Baba. Now, and I remember the time I had you on my live program, I asked you that question. You'd be like, oh, a lot of people still ask me this question and all that. Do you have relationship with Tubaba right now? Like, not musically now, like, hey bro, what's up? How you doing? You guys sit down, chill, because even your gesture, the way you know, the way you say, the way your
Yeah.
gesture, most especially, just
Yeah.
like you guys are like, okay, simple and flexy, simple and all that. So, is there any relationship between you and Tubaba, or is it just the music thing, or is it just okay, my former label mates and all that?
Well, for the two of our thing, I have to be honest with you. See, let me keep it as simple as I can. Is you see that two faces
Comparison.
comparison and all of that caused some chaos.
Really?
For me and all
Let
that.
us know the chaos.
Because
Even this
you
hair
see-
you did now, problem. Oh. If you cough, that's the
no,
same
but
thing.
but this is the truth. This is the
Like
truth.
saying that two bloods, the
This
same
is
blood,
the truth.
like two papa.
2000 I can remember vividly 2002.
Mm.
I was still in Kano State, right? Because I'm a Kano boy, yeah. So while I was in school then, trust me, I've always wanted. Well, I was darker then.
Okay.
I really had this African boy look, this Senegal kind of guy
Yeah.
look. But two people I've always admired to. I've always wanted to look like, Akon.
Okay.
Yeah. Then in Kano, I used to do this Akon hairstyle, this magnetic stud and all of that stuff. But vocally I wanted to sound like R. Kelly.
Okay.
Right? So, but it started when, I went to the studio. I recorded a song with Lieutenant John, one of the best producers we had in Kano State then, way back. Even before the 2002 thing, I already recorded a song with Lieutenant John. I was in a group then. They used to call us the Street Boys.
Okay.
Because we like trekking from street to oh boy, we were trekking from street to street that time.
Yeah.
Like we just enjoy.
Yeah.
We buy like nice, store like jeans, shoes,
Yeah.
and so we like trekking. Just so they called us Street Boys. We were just two in the group. Very talented duo that time. So so when we recorded our first song, we first recorded the first song as a group. Then I recorded my own solo single in 2009. And then there was something called WAPI then. It was an organization by Western Entertainment World. Emma even came to perform in Kano then. Emma was like, I saw Emma, I was like, God damn it. Now Emma had a playing album with this, that time. But when I recorded my first song, the producer, people came into the studio. You know how this studio thing works. So when people came, the producer now said, who this guy did remind me now? Everybody said Two Face. That was in Kano. I hadn't met Two Face then. I had not been to Lagos then. My first visit one time in Lagos was my auntie and I went back. So to cut the long story short, a lot happened even while I was in school trying to graduate 2002. There was this cousin of mine, he's a barber, right? So I went to him, I was like, Kaza, I used to be like the young in that time.
Okay.
We don't barb many things, flat, 2-step, 3-step haircuts, afro, and all. I did all of those stuff. So and I told him, I said, look, in my own language, I said, guy, I don't barb every style of hair. Which style I never barb? In consider kodo. That's what I'm. I said, as I was so I come back school, how come look like? He said, "Na me ask him," and then I was like a crazy guy. I said, "Let's go." So he did it. So while I was in school, there was this lady was saying to Baba. People started saying to Baba, but I had not met Two Face then. And in my head, the picture I had in my head is how would you want to even look like Two Face? So, but it became very clear to me, to be honest, when I now came to Lagos. When I came to Lagos, I met Face, I met Dogu. I hadn't met Blackface then. I met Terry G. Then I met Two Face.
So what happened?
Oh boy, the first time I saw Two Face,
You run.
because take it or leave it. Two Face's music has inspired me for a very long time. Musically, Two Face has inspired me even before, it became clear to me that there's a resemblance. But when I met the likes of Udogu, people who grew up with Two Face, who people who knew him very well then started saying it. Let me tell you what I did. And I went to Alaba, because then I was staying in Festac, 21 Road. So, and I went to Alaba, I bought Two Faces CD, Grass to Grace. But I can't go out, so I'll be honest with you. I can't carry Two Face album, can't put for mirror. So I was looking at myself, I was looking at Two Face, I was, trying to, because at that point I was like, if people who know this guy very well can be saying this thing, there must be. So it was actually people who brought it to my notice. Let me be very, 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 very honest with you. I just fell in love with him, as somebody who listened to his music. And then I was telling people, I said, even if I was a Gary seller or a tomato seller, Two Face will still be my number. How can you listen to that kind of music and have a reason to want to hate on this kind of person? You understand what I'm saying? So that was when it started. That was when the reality, started showcasing to me that truly, let's say you and this guy. And then when I met Two Face was, when I met him, the reaction. It was the day that our brother Yakubu saw go post.
Okay.
Come put the ball, go on. When did that World Cup? It was 2010 now.
Yeah.
It was 2010. So that was when the first time I met him. Was in his house in Festac. Then I don't move to. So it was when I met him. We had a conversation, but I was so frightened by his presence. Because this is Atu Baba Adisi. So it was the guy that produced Enter the Place was the one that took me Jiggy Jet. So I was frightened. I was at the same time threatened because I was like Atu Baba Adisi. So I could not even be as expressive as I was supposed to be. But that was the first encounter. But subsequently, Kennis music came into the picture. The influence of Baba, the influence of back in the day, him, the relationship and all that. So it all clicked. But now to finalize it, I went through hell, man. Right, because I realized while I was working with Kennis, after 3 years with Kennis or 2.5 years, I went to Baba Keke. He would tell you this, and I told him, I said, I probably wouldn't be able to continue with this deal. He said, why? I said, the pressure from the whole two Baba. I've been, I was threatened, I was confronted, I was denied. Yeah. So he now told me one thing. He said, if I didn't believe in you, I wouldn't have signed you. He said that. I mean, I'm a man who embraces, who like to embrace, how do I put it? I like to embrace encouragement, strong words, and all of that. Because me, I'm a deep thinker. So when he said that, I also spoke to my mom. My mom said, "Go on, my baby. I'm with you. The Lord is with you." All of that kind of stuff. Wow. But I said, we can't push. So when I finally did a collaboration with Two Baba, 215, how it happened, it's still a different story. But when it happened, that was when I started getting different confrontations from show organizers, radio presenters, TV presenters, and all of that. And these were people telling me one-on-one. Not like they told somebody, they told me one-on-one. They said, Joel, you're a cat with 9 lives. That I was the one that personally deleted, your songs from our system.
Really?
The one that said he was the reason they stopped playing me on TV. The one that told me that, Joel, you had a slot. Somebody said, that guy that looks like Two-Face, I like him. Let me see. I was the one that intentionally removed your name. And I got all of those things from people. So personally, but me, I'm a strong man. Right? So when I heard those things, I am moved more by, not everybody has that energy to hold on and be able to manage a negative situation. But you bring that to me, you are bringing the best to me. That's the best energy.
Or was it because of the resemblance, or was it because you're beginning to threaten the camp of Two Baba?
Can I be honest with you? Somebody in Davido's camp, I wanted to work with Davido.
Okay.
I pushed them. I was on the phone one-on-one with Whiskey. I was on the phone one-on-one with Kama. Kama was used to manage Davido then. I was on the phone one-on-one with Davido. There's somebody very close to, in the Davido's camp then. He told me one-on-one. Davido sang my official single that I released 2010 with Kennis Music.
Really?
I don't mind. He likes the songs. I don't mind. It's the title.
I don't mind.
The person told me one-on-one that, Joel, let me be honest with you. The reason Davido has not done a song with you then is because of this. Everybody was scared. They thought Two-Face like working with me was probably going to trigger Two Face's anger or Two Face might start. It happened with me and Davido. It happened with me and Flavor.
Wow.
Flavor when I went through hell. Yeah.
A lot of people keep saying
I became Flavor's gate man's best friend.
Imagine.
In Festa.
There's another artist that said this.
I became his best friend. Yeah, Boki con the turn. I will come buy him food just to future Flavor.
Imagine.
But I didn't know this whole Two Face thing was dragging things for me. Until I finally, when I realized that this was the whole issue, trust me, what I did was I took it to God. I said, I didn't take it to God that Two Face must work with me. I took it to God that, is this the calling or if it's not, make it happen, show me the way. So the rest is history.
But the thing is, sorry.
Yeah.
Is it because you worked with Two Face, they are beefing you, or is it that Two Face worked with you and be like, okay, don't work with Joel. I don't really get.
No. Before I worked with Two Face,
okay,
2015, it was hell.
Okay.
Because they thought, I mean, who wouldn't think that way that Kennis music, Two Face leave Kennis music, to go well. Now they sign a Two Face look alike
to use tackle Two Face.
Are you sure it's not to tackle Two Face?
Yeah,
okay, but Kennis music or whoever is.
Okay.
We'll show you. We'll make sure this guy
doesn't go. Oh,
so that was what happened.
All right. Now I get the picture. Now I get
the
picture. Well, was Two Face aware of the whole thing?
Why not? There is definitely. I mean, people around him must have.
Yeah, told him.
I've heard things too from people around him too at the same time who this was what so discussion they had around and all that.
Like Kennis one planner.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. And but it's all good. This music thing is all about the gunshots. A lot of people don't understand when they go deep into this industry and you see things that's how I talk about this cabal in the industry. Cabal. Well, it's all good.
But I think, see, let's be honest, I think my game was one of the unique games. Like, there's never been really that Joel Two Face scenario that much in the industry. You either hear, Vector sounds like Jay-Z, or this guy relates this, But in my own case,
it's just
looks like Two Face, sounds like Two Face, mom from the same state with Two Face, signed to Kennis music as Two Face was signed to Kennis music. I mean.
Well, it's all good though. It's all good because at that time, I won't lie to you. I was, part of one of the media guys. I was like, okay, this guy actually we'll see how we go work.
It was this. Sorry, I'm not cutting you short. It was because of this Two Faces thing. Go check it online. When I saw this young cat, Bella's mother, wearing skirt, and then one other guy came online, started saying he was the one that started. Go check Kennis Music Easter Fiesta 2011. I was scared, and people thought I was mad. I was scared to blow rock and roll. They thought I was mad. Sorry to call a brand out here. But I went to blow rock and roll. I went to a couple of events wearing skirt. There was one I even went to. May he so rest in peace. I always call him Sound Sultan. That one can't even suspect. She will call you okay. Because people were like, scared? How? And he just, it was because of the whole, how can I differentiate myself from Two Face? So when I did the Scottish skirt thing, and then people started looking at it from a different angle. Thank God it's not even now that they will start thinking, this guy is a guy to guy, or, but, and I said, okay, if this skirt is not working, let me try something else. What is it that Two Face doesn't do anymore?
Exactly.
He uses dancers on stage.
Yes.
But he doesn't, do the choreography that much.
No, he doesn't.
So, and I had to, employ dancers. Started doing proper dance, proper Michael Jackson. Two Face normally would just do body movement. But I said, I want to be doing proper
Michael Jackson.
Whatever I take, Usher and the rest of that. So we did that. And then the third step I took again was when I started keeping, I may not know how to pronounce it that very much because, then I wasn't used to. I started keeping hair, like the mohawk. So I started keeping that style too. And even the person that signed me, Babakeke, was like, are you doing this all because the Two Face thing, the Two Face? I said, well, sir, how do I prove to these people that there's music in my system? How do I let them know that I started singing since I was 7 years old? How do I let them know I became, the choir leader when I was 9 years old in Sokoto State? How do I tell them these things? So I just want to prove to them that music is in me, and looking like Two-Face can't kill it, or rather won't even take it away from my sister. And then he was like, and then that one didn't work too. I had to go back to me and say, so
I think the best is your originality, your identity, because I think this is the best look for you. It's just so unfortunate, except to have to go to our.
No, it was unfortunate then, not anymore.
Not anymore.
No, not anymore.
Well, it's all good. All right. Before let's go to the next segment. Is drink or dare.
Okay.
And this time around, we're drink or dare. We'll do. I'll choose two record labels now for you. So you tell me the one that is better of the other. All right. Mavens or YBNL.
YBN.
Why YBNL?
It's personal to me.
Okay.
Well, looking at the kind of artist Olamide has worked with, Lil Kesh is my kind of guy.
Okay.
Adekunle Gold is my kind of guy. I can do a duet with him. I can easily relate with his music. Asake is my kind of guy. It's my kind of music.
Okay.
Now, Don Jazzy signs, not my kind of music, but let's be honest, right? He signs younger guys like
fresh young guys like Craig.
Rema was signed when he was 16 years old.
Yes.
Right, so that's one concern me for my age now.
You
understand?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to relate it to Can We Walk?
Okay.
When Yaya left
Mavens.
No, not Mavens.
Made
Men.
Okay.
Tried to work with Don Jazzy.
It didn't work.
Did you notice it didn't work?
It didn't work, yeah.
Right, so how is that hopeful for me too? So probably Don Jazzy might be better. Not like he's not good, but he might be better working with the youngins. And Olamide might also be better. I've known Asake since. And I was telling people, I said, this guy. I said, I don't see this guy video. I was like, wow. And all of a sudden, so he's worked with people who. He started working with Adekunle when Adekunle was about 26, 7. Asake obviously should be over 30 or.
Late 30s.
Lil Kesh was one of the youngest, I
Yes,
think,
at
Olamide
that
signed,
time,
but
yes.
he was still above 22, if I
Yes.
so I feel that way, and then I've sat with Olamide more than Don Jazzy on the music thing.
Okay.
And the conversation seems to go well, that I feel personally, that's why I said it's a personal thing.
Yeah.
So personally, I feel for me, Olamide would YBN rather.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's not just about Olamide. YBN consists of Alex is there, a lot of people are there. So I think YBN for me.
All right. Okay, let's go international. Rihanna. No, let me do this way. Whitney Houston or Celine Dion.
Say that again.
Whitney Houston
Whitney.
or Celine Dion.
Whitney.
Why?
I think I'm very, very okay with her pitches.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more for me. If you want to compare both, it has to do with their vocals, right? Yeah, so I'm comfortable with Whitney.
Mariah Carey or J Lo.
Hips don't lie. Okay, hips don't lie. Shakira.
Yeah.
I mean, J-Lo.
Okay.
I'm familiar with more of her songs than,
Okay, than
like
Mariah.
the Love Don't Lie kind of song.
Okay.
And all that.
All right, I think you're trying to get to me because you must drink something though. So we'll go back to that. All right, guys, don't forget to steal the crown Unfiltered and drop me. I believe you've been enjoying our conversation and knowing the nitty gritty in the music industry and the whole kugere. They say.
Right.
Yeah, so okay, now let's go straight to Kennis. What's happening? Are you still under Kennis? Is the contract still lingering? Because a lot of people would say they would take it back to the days where Skibby was under 5 Star.
5 Star
At
music.
that time, Casey was like the poppy artist, and you know, Harry was also like focused on a little bit, despite the fact that Skibby was actually there. So like Skibby was like in the background. A lot of people didn't believe in Skibby. And truth be told, in Kennis today, it's beginning to seem that way. That is, I don't know, because you're going to tell us, right? I don't know if you're still with them. It's beginning to seem that way. That like, it's either happen. What's happening? Joel is not dropping. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? You know, and we know the little history or the little side talks we have. We know or we've heard about Kennis, their dealings with Tubaba, the dealings with Kelly Handsome, J1, and every other guys that has even come before them. But their own story was the story that went viral and we heard. And you coming in, and a lot of people like, oh, he's still there. Is he still there or he's not there? What's the relationship like? Are you still signed under them? Because I know you guys have a project you did last year. I think late last year with David.
Yeah,
and
the one with David and Zlatan.
Zlatan, yeah.
Yeah.
Which was really, really massive, And so, what's the relationship up now?
For me and Baba, it has always been, even before Kenny's Music signed me, I've always looked up to. I mean, there were three of them, right? Keke, D1, and ID on the street.
Yeah.
But personally, I've always had this interest to, maybe not even just walk alone, but I've always had this admiration for Bakeke. Like I've always, this man, I just like this man.
Yeah.
So it has always been like a father and a son thing. So that's why I've been with Chinese music for 12 years.
Wow.
Yeah, but it didn't really
signed
seem
for 12 years.
Signed for 12 years.
Really?
Yeah.
And you're still with them?
Yeah, I'll get to that point.
Okay.
But it didn't really, and when I mean signed for 12 years, peacefully.
Okay.
All of the contracts I've signed with Obakeke, I never involved a lawyer.
Wow.
Yeah, he said, are you ready to sign? I said, sir, where's the contract? Because I was just interested in working with this man, not the contract. Okay. Most things we've done with Obakeke was, off the contract.
Okay.
We still have records.
Okay.
I still have signatures of things, but there was more of the passion of I really like this guy as a son. I really like this guy this man as a father figure. So that's how we've always been working. But the contract is over. The last contract I signed, as far as I'm concerned, I made it 12 years, so it's due. So for now, Joel is working under Joel's management.
Okay.
I have not established my own record label yet. I'm not rushing to sign into a new record label or record deal right now, because for like 12 years I've been under a record label, under someone. So I want to taste that dividend of freedom.
Okay.
While I get my pieces together.
Okay.
And then I can now look beyond and see how, if he's going to work with signing a new deal, even with the same Kenny's music or someone else, or being alone would even help better. So for now, it should just be clear that this is Joel to Joel.
Okay. All right. There's something, a lot of artists that most artists in the record label, they used to have. Some of them are producers.
Yeah.
They work some beats, they leave it, and they have issues with artists. They have issue with their management. They will leave the management and go. For example, Kelly we all know, is a very stubborn-headed artist, despite the fact that he knows his onion as a producer and as an artist. But we really, some of us will say, okay, he knows what he's fighting for. Some will say he doesn't really know, he shouldn't go this way. So now there's this song titled Ileke.
Yeah.
Yeah. claimed he has a beat that was used, that Kennis is still owing him for some beats, that he had some beats he left in the label that you used for your song.
Mm.
Yeah,
That allegation has not reached my
it's
table.
not reached your table.
No, no, no.
Because there was a time I had a conversation with him. He was, he's always angry. He was bitter, bitter, like that once he like this the beat that he left some percussion or some beats,
Right.
and yeah, and they used it for their artists. They used it for their artists. That is not right. That Kenny needs to. I mean, Kenny needs to pay him. Baba needs to, this and that, this and that. I say, wait first, calm down. So, has there been any way aside him? Has there been any way any confrontation has come to you like? You use my beats, you use some lines or whatever in the industry, because I know most times it comes in like that, So have there been any confrontation like that?
No, I don't have any.
Or do you have any communication? Have you had any communication with Kelly?
I don't have any controversy in the industry, man, that I'm aware of. And man, Kelly is somebody who the love and respect after Tubaba.
Mm.
No, Kelly. I mean,
Mm.
but we're good.
Okay.
No, we're good. Kelly was good. Like after Tubaba, he's somebody I respect. Kelly is one talent that I don't want to say it's rather unfortunate, but I, I don't like the way I still don't like the way things went down
with them.
with
his music.
his deal with Kenny's music,
Okay.
his music. I don't want to say his career because
No, because
I God get power.
yeah, because as an artist, like
know.
you said before, as long as music there, you anytime
No,
you
see,
want.
anybody, the way the industry is now, anybody,
Mm.
Mm. I repeat it again for the third time, anybody can blow.
Sure.
I don't care if you are 89 years old.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't listen to the age.
That's true.
Listen to the calling.
Mm.
Forget the age. Forget the age.
Now, you know one thing. Funny enough, you were not here. Jumabi said the same thing you said.
Forget the age.
He called the likes of if Sonny Ade can be going for tour,
Hmm.
if Ebenezer Obeda is even on wheelchair.
Look at Kwanwan doing
Kwanwan
like he's the new whiskey on fire, Fuji music. Or, I mean,
that's quite amazing, though.
It's music.
That's
It's
quite
music.
amazing.
It's music.
I would have loved to put Kelly on call so that we can have a little conversation. I don't know if you're cool with that.
No, Kelly in her blood.
Give me my phone.
Full blood.
So as we're saying, we'll do
Yeah.
the drink or there.
All right.
So now, humility and grace and humility. Which will you go for?
Grace.
Grace and humility.
Yeah.
Some people will say if you're humble, there's grace. Is that true?
You can fake humility. You can't fake grace. You can't command grace. Grace controls you. Humility now you now. You choose to be humble to this man because he's a billionaire, and choose to be arrogant to me because I'm a porania. But grace, my brother, don't worry yourself. We're talking about portable here.
Why is everybody calling portable?
Yeah, I mean,
he's
he's the recent
grace.
he's the recent relatable person you can use right now. You want use that portable
That's true.
from
And I don't know if you guys spoke about what to say, because exactly what you said. All right, that's what he's saying. Kelly, hey, my brother, hold down. Sorry, we make I increase my volume. Yeah, what's up, my brother? Yeah, you dey hear me? Yeah, there's a podcast I am on right now, and I'm actually interviewing Joel Amadi. Hello? Yeah. So we're actually talking about great music, and he actually said something very nice about your personality when it comes to the music industry and what you've established so far and all that. So, but what we're trying to do is, can you hear me? Yeah. So we're trying to talk about the labels and what has the negative part of what the label have actually impacted in Nigerian music industry in the artists themselves. Aside the other parts they've done, which is right. So we actually dived straight back to Kennis, back in the days of Tubaba and yourself, and before we had the likes of Joel Amadi on it. Are you there? Yeah, so I don't know. Do you have anything to say about what's really transpired between um, you and Kenny at that Kenny's music at that time? Because a lot of people actually, even right here as I'm having this podcast, they still miss your sound. They miss the music, and they actually felt that, oh, would this come back? Let's do this the way it used to be. All right, all right, okay. We'll speak to you later about it. Okay. All right, thank you. Then we'll
Mhm.
talk more about your concert that is coming up soon by December, by God's grace. All right, thank you very much. Joel is sending his shout outs to you.
Please, oh, let's walk, let's walk, let's walk. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, no problem, Kelly. We'll speak to you later. Okay. All right. Take care, my brother. All right. That was Kelly. That was Kelly, and you heard he actually the Nigerian music industry, like we talked about. An artist doesn't fade away until he's gone.
Yep.
There's music that is still music, like you said, depending on how he or she deviates
Yeah.
or decided to chill or decided to calm and all that. Now, nice one, nice one, nice one. All right, quick one. Joel, we'll still have Joel in the building, and I'm
Oh
enjoying I'm
yes.
enjoying the conversation, and I'm even learning, some things in the industry and how it's been run. Now, Joel, I want to ask you: is it nice or is it advisable for an artist to be under a management for this long currently? If you want to sign an artist now, will you encourage the artist to stay with you for 5 years, 6 years, 10 years?
um you see, investors, if you are investing, I mean, you want to be on the safe side.
Okay.
You know. Now, you can easily call it a quit in the long run if your investment is not paying off.
Okay.
But you stand to be on the safe side when you have a long-term investment with this product,
Okay.
say for 12 years, and then it gets to 5 years, it's not paying off yet, then you check how much you've invested, and you check the, you know, possibility of the returns of. So you say, if I still hold on for the next 2 years, you know, maybe dollar is about to increase. That's when this investment will pay off. So it's better to, for the investors, out of their interest and greed, to say, it's better to sign a longer,
Okay.
you know.
Okay.
But at the same time, see, I don't think there is a particular method to it,
Okay.
you know, because you can sign a very short contract, you know, short-term contract with an artist too. But I think everything still depends on, you know, the sharing ratio
Okay.
between you guys. But most importantly, most importantly, is the understanding. And that was one thing I had with Baba Keke.
Okay.
It was one thing I had, the understanding. That was why you never heard, you know, on TV or radio, Baba Keke coming to say Joel Amadi, or me coming to say Baba Keke, and it was from the heart. It was from the heart. It was from the heart. That doesn't mean it was a perfect 12 years. No.
Okay.
But it was not a perfect 12 years.
Okay.
It was a very, very understanding and understandable 12 years.
Would you say for that 12 years you've really forget music now? Because I know everybody in it would want to gain financially, like you said, the percentage ratio. Will you say, aside your relationship with Obakeke, now the label itself, you say you have achieved or you've gotten that of your percentage as well as you should get it, you know, because I know we have the likes of Tubaba that was there, you know, things came on board for him. We heard he didn't receive as he should receive, but in the end, he came out not so rich he's supposed to be. Then he stood on his own and he made it, you know, like he is now, you know, but still gives kudos to, you know, Kennis. You know, will you say you've not really gotten that financial backing, financial, you know, wealth, you know, from them as you live in now? Because
can I be honest with you?
Okay. Why are you laughing?
Look, Kenny's music, Two-Face's contract is what I'm using. Is what J1 use.
That is the stereotype.
Is what Kelly Handsome use. Can I be honest with you? Kenny's music contract is one of the most transparent contracts. 2010, you know, when they gave me the contract to sign, I took it to a lawyer. I didn't have money to afford the lawyer then. You know, the guy I was staying with said, you know, take it to my lawyer. The lawyer, you know, glanced through it. Said, Joel, the way this contract is either you are signing or not. There's nothing you and I can write down as clauses say this one.
Like this or
he said, Joel, either you are signing or not.
No.
And when he told me that, I just collected it. The next day I went to the office. Baba Keke, I want to sign. Because I really wanted to work. So it's one of the most transparent contracts. You know. But the only thing there is probably because the record label feels in a way the contract favors the artist in some type of ways too.
Okay.
I don't know how to put it. I don't know how best to put it. You know, but it's very transparent. It's very. I can't come out tomorrow and tell you, going by the contract, Kenny's music cheated me.
Okay.
Or I was cheated rather, sorry, by Kenny's music. It's there, my signature is there. Okay. And like I told you, I never involved the lawyer.
Okay.
And like I told you, I never went to, I just, I signed. So there's no way I'm going to come out and say
they cheated you.
But there are some things, there are some conversations or discussion you guys can have off the contract. You know, when you see what is right. My interest has always been, sir, how can I? There's no way my career will flourish that Kenny's music will flourish. There's no way Kenny's music will flourish that my career is not supposed to flourish. Now, if mine flourishes, automatically Kenny's music is flourishing. But if Kenny's music flourishes, it's expected to. that probably Kenny's Music made, $1 million from one deal, but you have an artist you're signed. Rather, you have an artist that you signed. So you're supposed to think of, you can't sign me if you didn't believe in me. I didn't come with money. I didn't offer you money. You offered me a contract that all I had was just the voice and the idea to sing and to perform. But you saw that this guy can make us money, so you invest part of the money, not all, not even half. Invest according to how is how he's working and all that kind of stuff. So personally for me, I can't speak for any other person, but it was a fair contract.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's believe that, and let's take it for that. We're still right here, Crown Unfiltered with Joel Amadi in the building. Should I say formally?
Formally what?
Kennis Music.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I had to take permission.
Oh, is it formally, like if I'm still with Kenny's Music?
No.
Formally with
Formally with Kennis Music.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because a lot of people be like, this guy don't date.
I've not really made it public like that, the way I want to make it, but
officially,
it's going to come. I put out an article about 2 months ago, thereabout, to just remind people that I'm still around, and this is the update.
Okay.
But I've not
Officially.
elaborated on it to let them know that okay, this is the stand.
Okay.
I just told them
All right.
it's now Joel. Contact me directly as Joel Management.
Okay.
If there's anything that still has to reflect to whatever contract I have with Kenny's Music, if there's a clause that says any endorsement you get from now to the next 10 years after leaving Kenny's Music must be involved, I will involve them.
Okay.
Or if there's anything that has to do, but contact me first, then I will tell you if go ahead with me directly or hold on, I need to involve Kenny's Music, then I'll let you know.
Yeah, since our conversation, I've been hearing you put hold on. And
Yeah.
that song, hold on.
Just
And be strong.
Right.
All right, guys, here it is to call it a wrap for today. But before we go, we'll take some shots. Yeah, we'll take some shots. So tell me, vodka, champagne, spirit.
I don't do champagne.
You don't do champagne. Which one would you go for?
I do another thing, but I don't do champagne.
You don't do champagne. It is spoiled.
I even drink the water that got turned into wine. I did drink that one. But champagne? No.
All right. We're actually hoping that someday most of these brands we have right here would, sponsor what we're doing, and we're believing that soon it will happen. Okay, soon it will happen. So let's have some shirts. I believe you guys. Sorry for those that are home. I and Joel Amadi, we have some sweet time with this.
But why are we having the shots? Is it like, are we competing or is
No, we're not competing. It's
just having fun?
Yeah, just having fun. Not the freestyle,
Okay.
Is it freestyle something? Yeah.
Right.
So this is actually for the podcast Crown Unfiltered, and for success ahead of us as we proceed.
Let's have pictures of this, man.
Yeah,
Come on, let's celebrate.
as we proceed to give you what we need.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Old time sake.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, man. Oh boy.
This one,
It's
Oh.
vodka still.
blueberry. They added I can feel that berry very, very tasty.
Brother.
Yeah.
We thank the Lord that we've come to the end of it.
Yeah, so thank the Lord. All right, guys. Yeah, we need to call the wrap for today. I say your humble host B to the U to the SDA Buster. You can follow me on my social media platform on Instagram at MC Bustermouth, MCBUSTAMOUTH, on Twitter at MC Bustermouth, on Facebook Bustermouth, and you can follow my brother right here
At Joel Kennis.
at Joel Kennis. When you go come on that.
My brother, I'm verified, so
Okay, that's true.
You can't
But
easily-
wait. Before we now call it a day,
Yeah.
but now you're verified. It's actually nice.
Yeah.
So, what if Kenny's come one day and maybe you have a big brand that say, okay, Joel, I want to sign you $100 million.
Yeah.
And Kenny shows up one day and like, oh, Joel, this is us, Joel and Kenny's. and you're no more with them for like maybe let's say 2 years, you guys have really understood that okay,
Yeah.
but the name there and they all came up one day and said okay, let's my name is there, you're using our name, so can we share in
How much did you call the money again?
$100 million?
Well, $100 million. All I need to do is take the next available flight to America. You know, the reason it's been hard for, especially, I don't know about other African countries, West African countries, but Nigerians especially, a lot of verified pages, especially celebrities or artists, are have been shadow banned.
Okay.
So you don't. If I show you my Instagram, you see people follow. If you see the follows I get, but my numbers are still the same.
That's true. That's
They
true.
don't.
It
They
happens.
don't. If you see people follow me more than I hardly post, so I have more followers than people
Than-
liking, you know. But it doesn't. So that's the reason. If I was even Twitter, it's even hard now to get that verification.
That's
So you are either using other methods. There are other methods you can use. But if I have that kind of offer, man, I'm flying. Baba Keke will fly with me. He say, Joel, mo go change the name. He say, Baba, mo go change. He say, mo go. $100 million I'm talking
I'm
about.
telling you.
You know?
All right, it's all about the money, man. All right, don't forget, it's still all about your human and personality. Don't forget to follow him at Joel Kennis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still Crown Unfiltered. Don't forget to follow us on our Instagram handle, art on Crown Unfiltered. All right. See you some other time in the next episode. I love you guys. Stay true to yourself. Don't let your background put yourself to the ground. All right. Stay focused, and everything you need, you're gonna get it. I love you guys. Bye bye.